Oh boy.
But I haven't gotten laid in 2020.
Staying a virgin.
Letting the one that got away get away.
Not seen my dad for the last time.
The night before my father passed away, I had a chance to stay up and talk to him, and I didn't. I went to bed, and then I woke up to him dead.
Not spending enough time with my mom would probably be my biggest regret.
When I was younger, I was really grumpy, and my mom was trying to comfort me, and I said, I don't love you. But now I feel like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad now. But she forgives me, so it's kind of a up and down, if you think about it. It's still nice to know that she still loves me.
I don't think I've lived long enough to like have any big regrets. Like, I'm only 16.
No f***ing way. You sound like a grown-ass man.
No, I'm
He's like, I'm only 16. I'm like, no.
I'm only 16.
I don't want to get too much into it, but I asked my uncle to go to the store for me, and that like haunted me because he never came back because he was killed while going to the store for me. So like I feel like I kind of blamed myself for that, like asking him because I was being impatient. I kept bugging him like, go to the store, go get me some chips. I was very young. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he suffered for it. Well, we all did, you know.
You know, I've kind of just like grown this personality for myself ever since I was a kid, right? And I'm not a big fan of the personality that I've grown. It's just like I've just become so like mean and so sarcastic. I've been trying to fix it for like these past years, and I joined a really friendly community trying to combat that, but it just feels like I've come back to this toxic mindset constantly, and you know, no matter what I do, I become so toxic. And I feel like one of the big factors for that toxicity is coming from my computer and this addiction that I've had since I've had a computer for like, I don't know, 10 years of my life.
I would probably regret not going to college because I started working before I got to college because I wanted money and not debt. But it would be fun to actually go to college though, probably, maybe.
Probably like not treating my parents better. I've been a bag.
It was when I was younger. There was this girl who I really liked, but like there was one day where she, like, I found out that she liked me, and she tried to ask me out, and like an idiot, I said no. I don't know why I said no. I just said no, and I ruined the whole thing, and I deeply regret that.
That long distance relationship I spent 3 years on. What would that be my biggest regret? Yeah, it went nowhere. Absolute waste of my time. But you know, like that we learn from, and it shapes who we are.
I heard the paramedics talking to my friend's parents, and he said that he probably wouldn't survive at least a week more. Like they knew that they could only stop it for just such a short period of time, that they had time to at least say goodbye, and that was about it. I got an opportunity to say goodbye to my friend. For some reason, I didn't. We went home. I didn't sleep at all. My plan was that I was gonna come back the day later and spend the entire day with him and just have the greatest time of my life. We went home. I was trying to go to bed. I couldn't sleep. And the next morning, my parents walk in and say like, yeah, we're not going to the hospital today. Your friend has passed during the night. He's gone.
If your attempt was to try and get me depressed, you don't need to. I'm already that depressed, but let's see.
I guess getting bullied, I regret doing that.
How do you help that though? It's not like you can regret that. You're like, I regret getting bullied.
I mean, like, not standing up for myself, you know?
I have regrets every day, I think. Or not every day, but all the time. I mean, but it's just, that's how life is. That's how we work, you know? You learn from them. They had to keep draining that in my head for so long because I kept blaming myself for it for so many years, and it's just like all the time. But no, I mean, like, it's not like it haunted me the whole time. It just kind of made me a little better than what I am. That's part of the reason why I'm glad I didn't become like my father, because it was his younger brother, and for that same reason, you know, the whole gang member stuff, that tragic kind of led to me, like, you know, wanting to do something different. Actually seeing that for myself was pretty horrible. So excuse my language, but yeah.
I've just grown this toxic behavior from playing on the computer too much. And if I was given the opportunity to not play video games, I wouldn't take it. Being on the computer has been one of the most pivotal points in my life. It's grown me as a person. And I'm not saying that I don't like who I am, but I don't like who I am. My personality is just, it feels too toxic and it gets out of hand really quickly.
In terms of grandeur and things of that nature, I'd probably say I've got my life pretty easy, yeah. Plain sailing, in a good job, I've still got my youth, everything like that. It's I wouldn't say I was in a really bad position in which I had a regret. Although there was this one time I was at Greg's and they were doing chicken slices on deal and I didn't buy any. That's my life's biggest regret.
Man.
I did it.
That's a big regret, that is.
I know. I could have got 3 chicken slices for the price of 1. Did I? No, I didn't.
I really regret being depressed and failing in my future and life. I ruined my whole future because I was really depressed and unproductive and was dealing with suicide. And I really regret that.
I guess being so susceptible to online predators. If I had a normal social life, then maybe stuff wouldn't have happened.
I was in unbelief. I couldn't believe it. I was so sad. Well, of course I was extremely sad, but at the same time, I really wasn't, because I didn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. To be able to hide like the pain and like everything, my dad just gave me like, I think it was like 5 or 6 shots of just straight alcohol, just so I would sleep. I just would go to sleep and just try to process everything that happened. And I still go to his grave at least like 5 times a month.
Dating someone who never really ever loved me.
Probably not meeting my fiance earlier, because I wanted to spend way more time with her. Yeah, we've been together for 9 years. I just turned 28 like 2 months ago. Yeah, so what happened was we had a mutual friends and we met, we hung out, we just started dating, and then we went through undergrad together, and then we went through pharmacy school together, so now we're both pharmacists.
To be alive.
Living.
Oh my god, I have the same thing.
I want to say being born, but I'll be real with you. It's probably not taking what my parents said as it was, like face value. I was always like skeptical. Like, oh, I wouldn't regret not really focusing in that one class. And now that I think about it, if I could go over and redo my life with that one thought in my head of my future self telling me you need to pay attention, I'd be a lot happier.
It was when I broke up with my girlfriend back in the days, but currently we are together. We actually returned together, and now we've been together for like 5 years now. I left her when I was like 16. But then we both went to different schools and different cities. But then I realized that she was the girl I really wanted, and we started dating again, and stuff happened, and now we are together and we live together.
I have no regrets. Regret is the poison of man. He who regrets is nothing but a dead corpse.
Definitely egging the house from across my street.
My biggest regret would be being a lazy piece of shit.
Being raised the way I was a very violent child, not because of my parents. They gave me good manners and all that, but like the people I hung out with. So if I could like change the people that I hung out with, I would probably do that.
Leave another lolly hentai on my computer and then someone finds it.
Not killing myself. Next.
Not finishing college.
I guess all the opportunities I didn't take, wasting my time with video games, because there's so much I want to do, but time is ticking.
I guess I'd regret hesitating on doing things. Like, I have not dated anyone, so if I die, I'd be disappointed because I have not dated anyone, and I probably had the opportunity to do so. I just didn't go for it.
Not spending much time with everybody I love.
Not doing good in high school. Well, in school in general.
Not taking high school seriously enough, because if at some point I wanted to go to college, my GPA is so shot right now, I probably wouldn't make it in any way decent.
Not being as social as I was, like not making as many friends.
That I let my problem just grow and never, fixed it, so.
I guess if I died right now, I would regret not living how I would want to, being scared of judgment and everything. It's kind of hard to live how you want to live. If you don't have much of confidence in yourself, you just kind of don't feel like anyone's gonna give you the respect you want because you're not confident in your own self, I guess.
No, there's one thing I feel regrets for, and that is when I was in Bulgaria. I moved recently to Spain, and when I was in Bulgaria, I had friends. Like, I had a lot of friends. But the thing is that I had a lot of different group of friends. So every time I went out with a different group, I had to change my personality so they can accept me, like, for who they wanted me to be. And that is one thing I have forget. So I wanted to be accepted by everybody. So that is why I changed my personality. I wanted to be friends with everybody. With the time, everybody found a new group, everybody found a new friends, and I just kind of felt alone. Like, with every month, another friend will go by, and I would just be alone.
I'd say selling my old computer.
Wasting my time on video games.
My biggest regret? I don't know. Dropping my ice cream?
For me, it would probably be like not taking the opportunities I had.
I mean, I don't really go around just thinking about what I regret. Really, I don't really look too far in the past, so I don't really look too far in the future. I just kind of go with the flow. But if I was to say, I probably didn't travel enough. I suppose didn't get to see a lot of things. I mostly just focused on work a lot, so maybe didn't get enough. Maybe I probably didn't get enough experiences as maybe other people would. I'm always just focused on work. I work as a software engineer.
Just probably where I'm from and the ways they're stuck in. You know, old-fashioned a little bit, but it happens. The thing was, at first, when I was younger, I thought I was just gay, but turns out I didn't like being a dude either. So I finally acted on my own wants and desires and went to a therapist, and I started hormones, so I'm doing my best.
Not becoming vegan sooner because I was contributing to animal cruelty when I believed that I was against animal cruelty. I was a hypocrite and an animal abuser, but I did not know because I didn't see what was happening in slaughterhouses because animal agriculture corporations hide truth from us because they know that if we see it, we will change. We are against animal cruelty in our beliefs. We will align our beliefs with our actions, therefore becoming vegan. I wish I would have became vegan sooner.
I have like 1 to 2 or 3 girlfriends who will stick with me by, I think, the end of my life. Like Winkle here, he's my IRL friend. We have known since like 13 years. You have to keep like this type of people close to you, as close as possible, because you will never find another one like him who will understand you, who will help you in situations in a no homo way.
Probably being an introvert and like not interacting with people.
My biggest regret, that's kind of a hard question because I have a lot of regrets, but I guess the one that I would be was so I just recently graduated early from high school and I moved to States, and I don't really have all the friends that I have in this state that I did have. Yeah, well, I don't really regret because I'd rather be in the state that I am now than I was, but I wish that all of my friends kind of came with me. So my regret is leaving my friends but not really moving to States. Find a better paying job, but then this coronavirus happened, so now I got laid off from my job and I'm sitting in my back room playing VRchat.
Not doing some things that I should have done, because sometimes when you feel like that, I don't know if I should do that, then you should do it, because you don't know what's going to happen if you don't do it. You can regret it later.
The one thing that I regret is not confessing to my crush when I was at school.
Yeah, exactly. Now you don't know what would have happened.